Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be discussing the forward 6'8", 6'11" wingspan out of Villanova, Saddiq Bey. So the Pistons, we recently signed Grant and Musa, who is a shooting guard, small forward combination. And now we have Saddiq Bey. So let me tell y'all a little bit about his game. So my draft comparison for Saddiq Bey, he reminds me a lot of Shane Battier a couple of years ago, if y'all remember. Most known for his time on the Miami Heat, on those championship teams. That's who he reminds me of. Now let's get to Saddiq Bey's strengths. Now he is the definition, and I mean the definition of a 3&D player. So in college for Villanova, Saddiq Bey this past season, he shot 41% from 3. And what I love the most about Saddiq Bey's jump shot is recently I did a video on Saben Lee, right? And I didn't really like Saben Lee's jump shot because it's a good form, but it's too slow to get off. What I like about Saddiq Bey, he gets his jumper off quick. He gets his jumper off pretty fast. On the NBA level, I believe he's going to get his jumper off a lot better than somebody like Saben Lee would. Another thing I love about him, defense. This Detroit Pistons team, we are building for defensive purposes in the future. And what I love, and I mean love about Saddiq Bey's defense, is he can guard positions 1 through 4. Now, yes, he can't guard 5s because he's just not that tall, not that strong, but he can guard positions 1 through 4 with ease. I believe his specialty on defense is defending the post, and he can guard the perimeter as well. He can also switch onto wings and guards, and I don't believe he would have any issues guarding wings or guards in the NBA. And honestly, on defense, he really doesn't have a weakness. He is ready to go right now. He kind of reminds me of defensively what Stanley Johnson was a couple of years ago. Now, yes, in Detroit, that name Stanley Johnson is taboo, but that on defensively, that's the type of player he is. Except Saddiq Bey, I feel like, is a better prospect defensively than Stanley Johnson was defensively as a prospect. He has strength, like he has grown men strength, like he is strong, my guy. I know power forwards are like known as the strongest players on the court, but I don't believe he's gonna have any issue guarding those players. And like I said earlier, his defense in the post is going to be key when going up against power forwards, and I believe he'll be able to do that really well. And the final positive thing I want to say about Saddiq Bey is he is a pretty good finisher at that. And before I get to his weaknesses, I just want to restate, this man can shoot that basketball. Like, that is what Saddiq Bey is known as. He is a defensive shooter, okay? He's a shooter. That is what Saddiq Bey is known as. Now let's get to his weaknesses. When I was watching Saddiq Bey's games, he does have many weaknesses. One of the biggest weaknesses for him, I feel like, is his ball handling. On the Pistons, I don't believe we should rely on him to be dribbling the ball up the court because that's just not his skill. He loses the ball a lot, and his handle just all around. He can't really create a shot like that. If we're going to use Saddiq Bey, it should be in situations like catch and shoot situations or off-ball screens. Like him bringing the ball up the court, I just don't believe is Saddiq Bey's strength. And if somebody who's 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan, you would, prefer him to be a better rebounder. As far as his position on the Pistons goes, right now we have Blake Griffin still at the 4, so Jerian Grant is going to have to play the 3. But eventually, around the trade deadline, if the Pistons aren't playing well, we're going to trade Blake. Or just eventually, I just see us moving on for Blake. Even if you like him or don't like him, I think us as Pistons fans, we know that the plan is to move Blake. So eventually, Jerian Grant is going to go back to the 4. And that means the 3 is going to be open for guys like Saddiq Bey, Donza Musa. If they want to put Svi right there, they could put Svi right there. It's just the 3 is going to be open for so many different guys. And Saddiq Bey, who knows? Saddiq Bey may end up at the end of the season being the starter at the 3 for the Detroit Pistons. So I really enjoy watching this film. Him shooting the ball is just it's magical. It's truly magical. It's a pretty thing to watch. And this new era of, the old school era was dunking, mid-range jumpers, and defense. This new age era of 3-pointers and switchable wings who can guard different positions. That's what Saddiq Bey is. I love watching this film. He went to Villanova. He played with the best. He went up against the best talent. I feel like this is way more accurate than Saben Lee. Now, Saben Lee, he did have a pretty good teammate who went in the lottery, but I feel like they didn't go up against great competition like that. Yes, he did go up against Isaac Okoro, but I just don't feel like they went up against great competition like that. And Saddiq Bey, I just feel like in general, he went up against more competition than Saben Lee did. So I feel like his film is much more accurate than Saben Lee. So I gave y'all the facts. This up for y'all to decide how you feel about Saddiq Bey. I love him. 3&D player. This is the type of player that Troy Weaver Westbrook was looking for. This is the type of player that Dwayne Casey loves. Dwayne Casey, he's a great developmental coach, and he's going to develop Saddiq Bey just like he did the Pascal Siakams, the Norman Powells, the OG Anunobys, the Fred VanVleets. He's going to develop him just like those guys did. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm out.